The Hare and the Tortoise. A long time ago, there was a beautiful jungle where all the animals lived together. There also lived a hare and a tortoise. The hare was very proud because he could run very fast. One day, the hare asked the tortoise, "Hey, little one, do you think we can have a race?" The hare used to tease the tortoise by calling him slow coach. So the tortoise said, "Okay, fine." The hare said, "The one who reaches the mountain peak will be the winner, and they will be rewarded." The tortoise agreed. All the animals gathered around to watch the race. The race began. The hare started running fast, and the tortoise began to take its tiny, tiny steps. After some time, the hare turned behind to look for the tortoise, but he was far out of sight. The hare stood under a tree and thought, "Why don't I rest for a while? In the cold breeze, the tortoise is going to take a lot of time to catch up." While he was resting, he slowly fell asleep. A few minutes later, the tortoise, who continued to take his small steps, crossed the hare. After some time, the hare suddenly woke up and began running towards the mountain. The tortoise had already reached the peak. Spotting him there, the hare immediately accepted his mistake and said, "You are the winner of this race, my friend. Please forgive me." From this, we learn that pride only brings you down, and the one who strives is the one who reaches success.
Joanna, what took you so long to return home after play? And what's in your hand? Asked the worried mama. "I was speaking to an uncle and he offered me this candy." "Oh, Joanna, you should never speak to strangers. That's very bad. Let me tell you a story of this little girl, Red Riding Hood, and what happened to her." Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood lived in a hut with her mother near the forest. She always wore a red hood which her grandma had gifted. One day, she was on her way to visit her grandmother. Her mother warned her not to speak to strangers on the way. All along the way, she was singing and enjoying with the rabbits and butterflies. There she met a wolf. The wolf pretended to be good and asked, "Hello, where are you going?" In spite of her mom's warning, Little Red Riding Hood spoke to the sly wolf. "I'm going to see my grandma. She lives behind that hill." The wolf thought of a wicked plan. He ran fast to the old grandma's house. He knocked at the door, and when the grandma opened, he pounced on her and gobbled her. He then went and lied down on the grandma's bed. After some time, Little Red Riding Hood reached the house. She saw the wolf on her grandma's bed and wondered, "Grandma, what big eyes you have!" And the wolf replied, "So that I can see you better." "Grandma, what big ears you have!" "So that I can hear you better," said the wolf. "Grandma, what big nose you have!" "So that I can smell you better," replied the wolf. "Oh, Grandma, what big teeth you have!" "So that I can eat you better, ha ha!" replied the wicked wolf. "Help me! Help me!" cried Little Red Riding Hood. Nearby, a woodcutter was in the forest and heard the scream. He rushed to the house and saw the wolf attacking the little girl. He hit the wolf on its head. This made the wolf wide open its mouth, and then out jumped the old grandma. The wolf ran away, and the Little Red Riding Hood never saw the wolf again. So, Joanna, this is the story of Little Red Riding Hood. What did you learn from the story? Yes, Mama, now I knew. We should not talk to the strangers.
Hey, Danny Dims.
The Bluebird. Every Christmas, all the other families had tables loaded with delicious food, and the streets were full of happy children holding beautiful presents. But Tiltil and Miltil were unhappy and could only watch from a distance. Look at that beautiful three-tiered cake! Have you ever seen so much icing? Forget the cake. I wish I could have that charming pink dress. Oh! Every Christmas they looked on in envy because their father was only a poor carpenter and could not afford to buy them fancy presents. As they looked longingly out of the window at all the bright lights and happy families and sighed, they heard a creak of footsteps on the stairs. It must be Mother! Quick, turn off the light! When they opened their eyes for a quick peek, they cried out in horror. The figure that entered through the door was not their mother at all, but a hideous witch. Where is our mother? Don't be frightened, children. I have not come to harm you. What then? I have come to ask for a favor. My daughter is gravely ill and the only legendary blue bird can cure her. You must find it for me. We only have a yellow bird. You can have it if it will help. No, it must be the blue bird. But why? It is the bluebird of happiness that I seek. No other bird will do. Happiness? Yes, the bluebird will bring happiness to any who possesses it. Can it truly make anyone happy? Even poor miserable children like us? Of course, that is its purpose. Here, take my magic hat and use its powers to find the bluebird. But how? The hat will show you the way. Good luck. As they touched the hat, the world around them suddenly grew dark. Tiltil, are you there? I'm frightened. It's okay. I'm here. Take my hand. At that moment, the Queen of the Night materialized out of the darkness, dressed in shimmering silver robes, her cold laughter ringing in the air. Have you come into my realm of darkness to steal the bluebird? Your courage is admirable, but how can two children succeed when countless great knights have failed? The true bluebird is hidden amongst thousands of impostors. Claim it if you can. Look, here it is, the bluebird! No, wait! It isn't the real one! Huh? Looking around at all the bluebirds, Mittel and Tiltil realized that they all looked the same, and there was no way of telling which was the real one. Ha ha ha! Many have tried to find the bluebird and all have failed. They wasted their lives in a futile search until they died of old age, and so will you. The Queen of the Night placed a large mirror before them.
Look into the mirror. Make your choice now, or watch yourselves wither away and die. What's happening to us? Our hair is graying. No, how do we stop this? The two children could see themselves aging in the mirror. We must get out of here now! You're right! No! How dare you run, cowards! You were to be my next sacrifice! Come back! No! As they left the kingdom of the night, the children crossed over into the land of memory. They saw a worn couch with an elderly couple dozing on it. Where are we now? Are we in the future? Are those people us? Have we grown old and died? I can't die yet. I still haven't tried that lovely dress I wanted. Well, I don't want to die before I had some of that cake. The children began to weep loudly, not realizing that they had entered the land of memory. The sound of their sobbing woke the elderly couple. Oh, is it Monday already? I can hear the baby crying.
That can't be the baby, it must be the rooster.
No, listen. Does that sound like a rooster to you, woman?
You're right. I can hear our little grandchildren.
See? Like I said.
They're Grandma and Grandpa. Do you really think our grandchildren can be here now? Let's take a closer look. Yes, it really is them. Oh, Grandma.
The children and the grandparents had a joyful reunion. The grandparents baked a delicious cake, and Myrtle and Tiltle told them all about their quest for the bluebird.
So you see, that is how we began our journey in search of the bluebird. Do you mean that bluebird on the tree? Huh?
The children looked where their grandmother pointed, and there was the bluebird.
There it is. What? Where? There. Let's catch it. Come on, run! Wait, children, stay a little longer. Don't you want some more cake?
Tears filled the old woman's eyes as she saw the children chase away without even looking back to say goodbye. There's nothing to cry over. Children are always chasing after something. They have no time for old people like us. Grandfather and grandmother embraced as they dissolved into the wind. Tiltle and Myrtle chased after the bluebird as fast as they could. But when it was almost within their grasp, it scattered in the wind, just like their grandparents had done. Where did it go? What just happened? They couldn't see that the bluebird had faded along with their grandparents' happiness. After that, the two children journeyed on into the land of happiness, hoping to find the bluebird there. There they met a gluttonous man and a greedy woman. I'm the happiest man on earth because I can have all the food I can dream of. You're a simpleton and a pig. Who needs food when you can have all the grandma's jewels? How can you say that? Nothing is better than food. Jewels and riches are more precious than food. The two people did not truly appear particularly happy, but the children decided to ask them about the bluebird anyway. Have you by any chance seen the bluebird? What bluebird? Show me one and I'll roast it with some nice sauce. Go ahead, leave me the feathers. I need some touches of blue for my new hat. Can you think of nothing else when you look at the bluebird of happiness? Think? What for? All I want to do is eat and eat until I explode. I don't need your silly bluebird for that. I have no time for worthless birds. I have to find more gems and beautiful clothes to ornament myself while I'm still young and beautiful. What do you think? Do the rubies or the emeralds suit me more? I don't know much about earrings. I'm almost certain the bluebird is not here, Myrtle.
But isn't this the land of happiness? This should be the bluebird's home.
Happiness? You must be lost, child. This is the land of unhappiness.
What?
See that sign? It used to say land of unhappiness, but we changed it.
What?
Shocked and disheartened by the greedy woman's words, the children reached for the witch's hat. This time, the children found themselves right where they had started, at home.
Isn't this our room? Oh, we have been sent home without finding the bluebird. What will we do when the witch returns? Oh no, what if she turns us into frogs? I don't want to be a horrid, slimy frog. Wait, what if we paint our yellow bird? Do you think that will really work?
The children ran to the cage and were amazed to see the bird inside was not yellow at all, but blue.
The bluebird!
Suddenly, the witch appeared out of nowhere.
Tell me, children, have you captured the bluebird for me? Honestly, we didn't actually find it. It was waiting in our home.
Here, take it and heal your daughter's illness.
Are you sure you want to give it to me? It can make you happy. But we are already happy. That's right. I'm very grateful to you both. You have discovered that true happiness can only be found through love, understanding, and acceptance. You will always be much happier now.
The witch vanished in a swirl of silver dust. When Tiltil and Myrtle woke up the following morning, the first thing they saw was the yellow bird back in its cage. Even though Tiltil and Myrtle realized it had all been a dream, they remembered the witch's words. And as they listened to the sweet songs of their own yellow bird, they felt truly happy.